The last thing, it says, how can I get assistance with math and writing? It's on page 36. The state of Georgia actually has worked with us so that students, math and English students, can actually go into this www.smartthinking.com and they can get help with their math and writing. Pretty cool, huh? I was only supposed to talk about online learning, y'all. All right, one last thing. When you go to this Southern Tech Crescent, whatever that is, logo, this is actually our main page, if you ever get lost from it. You'll come down here to faculty and staff. All of our full-time people are in here. We're working on getting our part-time people in there. Adjuncts, excuse me. We don't have an internet yet that you can do anything with on web mail. You do all have an email, right? You all know how to access it, right? I don't have to cover it. But on the last page of my part, page 37, I do have technical support in there for faculty email, Angel, and Banner Web. Some of you don't know where to go. I understand. And it's all there. Again, I appreciate everything that you guys do. I don't take it lightly. These are changing times for Southern Change Technical College. And any questions?
Yes.
Woo! Janice.
Right now, when a student drops a class, a teacher has, if they're in an online class, the teacher has to manually remove them from Angel. At any point, will Banner and Angel be connected where everybody knows what's going on at the same time? So what would the procedure be for a teacher to know whether, I mean, how would a student get that across to the teacher or vice versa when they drop a class to have the teacher remove them from Angel?
I'm trying to come up with a summary. When a student drops a class and they are a Angel student, online student, how does the teacher take care of that? Okay, first of all, never delete a student. Never. You disable them, okay? It may be a little bit of an inconvenience because you're still going to see that student. And the reason is because of permanent record. If you delete somebody, then we don't even have a record that they were ever in that Angel part of it. If they withdraw, it is the teacher's responsibility to look at their Banner roster to make sure that it is even. Also, now at the beginning of the quarter, we synchronize, transfer is a better word. New students on a daily, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day, we will actually transfer students from Banner to Angel constantly. So for the first 7 days before that no-show roster takes effect and before we can't do the any more, the late registration, we are constantly updating students. But at the point where we can't add students through the late process, then I don't add students anymore. If they come into the academic affairs and showed them, and then all of a sudden they have to be put back in there, it is the student's responsibility to let you know that they are in your class. It's your responsibility to put them back into Angel. So that I can't do it anything past that. Did that help? Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Is there somewhere on the website where students can access the email addresses for adjunct instructors?
Not at this point, but we are working toward getting that done so that you'll be in the directory just like full-time instructors are. Is yours in there? Some of them are on there? Okay. Well, I know that Bethany Nossett has been working toward getting this out there, so I'm going to say no until we have them all out there. How's that? Yes?
Can you work with technical support to maybe have a scrolling on the homepage when the email is down? Because the email was down this weekend.
Well, I didn't know it until you knew it.
I knew it all weekend because I'm an online instructor, and I don't even live around here.
Right.
It's an ordeal to get down here. And I'm calling because I'm trying to figure out if it's me or if it's the school. And I'm calling
It's not working.
email.
It blew up.
There was a scrolling or an announcement, something on the homepage where I knew that it wasn't me.
And we're talking Angel?
No, we're talking just regular.
The website.
The website. I can ask. That is something, because if our email goes down, then George Flowers is well aware of it, and he works with the website too. So there's no reason for us not to put a scrolling something on there. I will definitely ask. Yes, Karen?
Angel class at 1 or 1:30 this afternoon, and where?
1:30, 3:05. Any other questions? Thank you very much. Mr. Jester, it's yours. Pull my shirt back down.
Hello, everyone. It's now 11:22. I promise that I will be finished with my part by 11:30. If it's 11:31, you may throw rotten tomatoes at me. You may throw shoes at me. Just don't hurt me, please. I've got a couple of points that I want to get after, and I just want to be to the point with them. First is satellite operations and high school dual enrollment. Well, first of all, let me just introduce who I am. My name is Brad Jester. I am the Dean for Off-Campus Programs. My areas include the satellite centers in Butts County, in Jackson, Georgia, in Jasper County, in Monticello, Georgia, in Taylor County, where we're going to start a couple of programs there in the fall, and I also include Henry County's Academy for Advanced Studies. And right now we're offering a variety of different certificate, and in Butts County we actually have a diploma program in diesel technology right now. The reason why I'm talking about this and asking for your help with this is that I'm looking for a lot of opportunities to expand these programs in the future. If you live in any of these areas and you would like to have opportunities to teach extra classes, please, please, please contact me. I will even give you my BlackBerry number so you can call me directly. How's that? It's 678-972. What's that, Phil?
I said, are we limited by the 29?
Yes, you are limited by the 29.
Never mind that.
But I will also tell you too, I have plenty of parking spaces out at these centers for you to park at. Okay? If you need... No, really. There are a lot of students that need your help here, but I would like to talk with you seriously about some future opportunities as far as other areas that we can expand right now. Because, you know, we have some great certificate offerings in a lot of these centers, but I'm looking for more too. I'm looking to have a much bigger variety out there. So if you do have any interest in teaching an extra class or two, please get in touch with me. My email is bjester, Jester, at sctech.edu. And the phone number. Don't call me at 3 in the morning, please.
It is going on YouTube.
It is going on YouTube. Awesome. I'm going to have students from 5 years ago call me. 678-972-9382. 678-972-9382. In addition to the centers, I also oversee high school dual enrollment, and I have a couple of outstanding coordinators that help organize dual enrollment at the high schools. And that's another area of opportunity there. If you want to teach an extra class and you are interested in teaching at that level, please let me know. Please let me know. Okay, I'm going to end my part by talking about a few instructor responsibilities. And these are things that I'm sure all of you are already aware of, but I just want to reiterate some of those in case some of you have some questions. As far as instructors reporting on time, Classes begin typically at 8 a.m., 10:15 a.m., 1:10 p.m., so on and so forth. The worst thing that could happen is that a class starts at 10:15 a.m., but 10 or 12 students are standing outside in the cold pouring rain and you don't show up until 10:30. So one thing that we do ask is that if for some reason you are running late, please, please, please give Academic Affairs a call. Their phone number is 770-228-7386. Or if it looks like that you're not going to be able to make a class, once again, please get in touch with the people at Academic Affairs to let them know so we can let our students know ahead of time as well.
Is that the same number you call for evening classes?
Yes. Well, try to call that number and somebody should be able to answer the phone. Okay? Ms. Kitchens has already reiterated a couple of these points, but I just wanted to close by mentioning student response time. One thing that I used to hear a lot of when I was a department chair, and I used to be department chair of arts and sciences, and I was for a few years before I became dean, is every once in a while I would get a phone call from a student, and that student has had trouble getting in touch with their instructor for one reason or another. It's good practice, if you will, to email a student back within 24 hours if you get an email from a student. So if you get an email from a student and you don't have the answer right away, please at least try to get in touch with them within 24 hours and let them know, and then follow up with that student. If it's over the weekend, you might want to make a note to some students that, hey, that 24-hour response may become 48 hours if you typically don't check your email on the weekends. But if you do have online classes, I do encourage you to check your emails over the weekends, just like Ms. Kitchens said. If you don't have online classes, it still may not be a bad idea in order to avoid having too crazy of a Monday morning to check your emails at least once during the weekend. At least that's what I always try to do. Likewise, the grading. Oh, yes.
Would it be possible at all to have maybe one or two computers in the instructor's lounge for those of us who doesn't have access while we're here during the day?
All right.
Sometimes I do go to the library to use the computer over there to check my emails and things like that, but I think it might be a good idea if we have maybe one or two computers in the instructor's lounge.
The question was asked of whether or not there could be some computers made available in the instructor's lounge. And Ms. Williams?
Just earlier, room 606 is a new classes center for students who are registering. There are some laptops in there right now, and you can use those computers if you want to. Sometimes during the registration period, there's a lot of students in there, but not always. Usually there are some computers available. So room 606.
Yes, please. Yeah, room 606 has some computers available. Just to summarize, if you do need access to a computer and it might be a little bit more convenient for you to go in there, just keep in mind too that students do use it for advisement as well.